What's up, guys?
Revolution X, watching pain ignite, judging chaos, screaming through the fight. Blood on the mat, chaos reigns. We review the carnage, the glory, the pain, every slam, every roar. Revolution X craves more. Chairs swing, skulls collide, ropes burn as giants collide. Submission holds, arms snap, twisting fate in a brutal trap. Revolution X, judges of despair. Wrestling's torment, we rip and tear. Blood on the mat, chaos reigns. We review the carnage, the glory, the pain, every slam, every roar. Revolution X craves more.
All right. Here we go. Can I put my balls in your jaws? Oh, wait, wrong song.
Blood on the mat, chaos reigns. We review the carnage, the glory, the pain,
the glory, the pain.
every slam, every roar. Revolution X craves more.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Doobie Den. It is Friday night, so you know what that means. It's another exciting edition of the Rev X Wrestling Review. I'm Buddha Fire. That's MJ Hat. We are Revolution X, and man, this week was freaking solid.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of complaints this week. It could have been a lot worse. What's up, everybody in chat? First time chatter, Dragon Ghost Rider. I like that. So Aspie says I sound a little rough. I hope I sound better now that we pushed the button and we're here. Cameras are on. For those of you that don't know, if you're on the Discord stage, yes. Yeah, Buddha's having some technical difficulties. Think he's having some internet problems. So we might lose him 3 or 4 times. We'll see. But we're going to try and get through this rather quickly tonight because it's he's having issues. So that being said, let's start with Raw. We open the show with a recap of Clash in Italy. Roman is shown making his way to the arena with the Usos, and I want to stop right there because the first thing I wanted to ask you about, Buddha, how do you feel about the title having its own transportation?
That's
I
very
thought the
interesting.
champion carried the title. Yeah,
He's always
yeah.
said that it was the second rate belt, and he's treating it as such. That's
So
why
he
he
won't hold
doesn't
it
he
until he
won't
gets
hold
there.
it exactly. When he gets there, it's a piece of apparel for him, basically.
Kind of like the old bulletproof vest with his logo on it,
Yeah.
because that's you know. Anyway, they come out to start the show. He has Torito acknowledge him. Blah blah blah. Uh, says there's no day like Acknowledgement Day because he knows that he has just beaten Jacob Fatu, and Jacob is going to come down to the ring to acknowledge him. I was expecting a fight. Hey, right, Apocalypse. That's just a shock. More boring ass bloodline garbage, says Dark Tree. Yeah. Well, hold on. Jay calls Jacob out. Jacob comes down to the ring. Roman says Jacob knows what time it is. Then Jay says same thing as if Roman needs an echo box. I don't. Not too hot on the Jay part of this. Um, Jacob says he's been taking L's all his life. This ain't nothing new. Said his kids seen him lose like a man, and he'll keep his word like a man. Last night he lost to his tribal chief. He acknowledges Roman, then bends the knee and puts his hand up. Roman grabs Jacob's hand and says, "You don't realize
What's up,
this
my
yet,
doctor?
Jacob, but I love you." And the four of them taunt the crowd. They leave, everyone holding up their ones. What did you think of the opening segment?
I didn't think Jacob was going to bend the knee and
Hmm?
and basically swear his
You
allegiance.
expected violence.
I just figured there'd be a little more rebuttal. Like, I figured he would acknowledge him,
Okay.
but I didn't figure it would go that far.
I mean, they were supposed to do this last month and they put it off a month.
Yeah.
So I don't think they could have gotten over with it being if Jacob had fought back again, I don't think they would have went over well. We then go over the King and Queen of the Ring brackets, which woohoo, we talked about those last week. And we open up the show with the men's qualifier for this week. These are all fatal four ways. These qualifier matches are, for those of you that don't know. They said something like time honored tradition of fatal four ways. Man, this is only the past couple of years they've been doing this. It used to be singles matches the whole way through. Who you trying to tell, WWE? What are you doing right now? What are you doing? Because I ain't about that life. This was Penta taking on Oba, taking on Solo Sikoa, taking on Carmelo Hayes. Before Oba makes it in the ring, each one of the competitors try to get the upper hand, but Oba is too strong. Oba and Solo, and this is all during his entrance, right? They all take a jab at him, and when he knocks them all to the side, the lights still go out, and Oba still does his pose thing. That's good booking. I really like that.
Oh, yeah.
Keep him over strong. Oba and Solo fight on the outside as Hayes and Penta fight on the inside of the ring. Oba gets back in the ring and is met with double super kick that done nothing but resulted in a double choke slam on Hayes and Penta, leading into the first commercial break of the evening. Back from break, and Tala slows Oba down outside the ring while the rest are fighting. Oba comes to and completely obliterates everyone in 30 seconds. He hits Solo with the fall from grace, and this one's over. Oba moves on to the in the tournament. Well, that's fine and dandy. I don't think that's a surprise for anyone. Do you?
No. I think everybody said that was their pick when we done picks last week.
Yeah.
C says to
Yeah.
hydrate.
Oba's probably gonna. Huh? C says, "Oh, hydrate." I see. Aye, Captain. Um, After the match, Obafemi grabs a microphone and tells Brock Lesnar after the ass beating, after the loss, he's still there winning the very next day. And it's 1-1. I'll see you down the road. I came a little. Just a little. just a smidge. No, man. I'm ready for Over Brock 2. Or 3, rather.
Yeah.
They play a video on Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins, which was a decent match, by the way. Kathy Kelly introduces Sol Ruka. Kelly asked Ruka if she thought she would be a champion within a month, and Ruka says yes. Big confidence booster there, since she didn't win any matches before Becky Lynch. She says Becky pushed her to the limits, but she was able to prove her wrong. And it's not just her saying it. It's Sports Illustrated saying it. It's the Bleacher Report saying it, and yada, yada, yada. Just tried. The bit didn't go over so well. I don't think she'll do that again. She says she'll be a fighting champion, and if anyone wants to step up, to do so. I mean, Sol Ruka looked good.
Yeah.
Sol looked real good. Although I expected a little bit more of a challenge here. No challenger. Shocking. Backstage segment with Roman and the Usos. Roman tells Jay he had the
World Heavyweight.
The who, but he has never tasted. Oh, okay. So I see what you did there. Roman tells Jay he's had the heavyweight championship, but he's never tasted the other one, which is the premium title, if you will. And he says there are two heads of the table. So, this all seems to be culminating back to that Roman versus Jay down the road thing.
Could be.
I do not want that to be our WrestleMania match this year. Please, Paul Levesque. No. Match number 2 was a tag team match. It was Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee taking on Ethan Page and Rusev. Just add some ejection seats to the mix. I mean, hell yeah. Right on, C. Hey, Mufasa. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. So, Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee taking on Ethan Page and Rusev. Hey, Misa. What are you after, dude? Here. Well, then I don't know what to tell you. The heels control the majority of this match. Huge pop for Rey as Dragon points for the tag. Ethan Page pulls Mysterio off the apron to the floor. Dragon Lee took the brunt of the offensive in this match. Once the faces got the upper hand, though, the speed of this match turns up to 100. And we get a lot of back and forth. Dragon Lee knocks Rusev out of the ring and hits a suicide dive on the outside, while Rey hits the 619 and drops the dime on Page for the dub. Buddha, what was your thoughts on this one? This tag team match with the AAA GM.
Tag team matches in WWE right now are just not what they need to be. It's a lot of thrown together mixes, and it just doesn't do good for anybody that's in them.
Agreed. Here, son. There you go. I fixed it. At least I think I did. We get a backstage segment with Adam Pearce and Penta. They make Penta and Rey Mysterio official for the Intercontinental Championship, and Penta leaves. But then LA Knight shows up. And voices his grievances about Pearce showing up and picking favorites, and how Pearce was in Roman Reigns' dressing room. He's never been in LA Knight's dressing room. Just saying. He's trying to keep it all in the family, right? And Pearce is talking, and he does his hand like this, and LA Knight just grabs it and goes, huh, look at that. Look at that. And you can see the look on Pearce's face. He was getting pissed off, and I loved it. I was about it. We get a recap of the mask versus match. Yeah. Mask versus mask match from AAA. They show a highlight reel. But then at the end of the show, they also have dedicated the whole hour to rebroadcasting it on Netflix. Where did you stand on that?
Oh, I thought that was a wonderful match. That was absolutely great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I specifically mean the rebroadcasting.
For everybody, yeah,
Here.
yeah. For everybody that didn't get to see it, they got an opportunity to watch it. So I watched it.
I agree.
Not even gonna lie.
I agree. I did too. Of course, I had watched it before that. The mask versus match was the great match. Good to show at the end of the show. Right on, Martok. Let me ask you this, though. For those of you in chat, did you watch match versus match? Or, Jesus Christ. Mask versus mask before Raw or at the end of Raw? I'm curious to see what you guys would say, because I know everybody watched it that watches. I'll get back to you on that. The next match was the Queen of the Ring qualifier. Another fatal four-way. Io Sky taking on Roxanne Perez, taking on Julia, taking on Lash Legend. All four of these women came out the gate strong. They all tried to gang up on Lash Legend, but she overpowered everyone. Yes, Martok, you're right. YouTube has too many ads. Dark Tree says before. Martok says 4 ads per single match. Yeah. After, said Matt. See, there's difference of opinion here, and I like that. I like that a lot. There was an awesome spot where Lash done a double face plant with a top rope drop kick assist from Julia. Everyone got a chance to shine in this and most of the fatal four-way matches, mind you. Which was good given what they're fighting for. The end scene, Lash hit the Lash extension on Roxanne and Julia, but as she went to pin, Julia, Io hits her from the top rope with a stomp on Lash and then over the moonsault on Julia to advance. So congratulations, Io Sky. Buddha, tell me about this match. What did you think?
This match was everything you thought it would be. All four of these women put up hard fight. The ending was actually kind of cool. Watching Io just kind of come out of nowhere and do a stomp on Lash and then over the moonsault on Julia. I think we actually said Io for this match, so good to go 2 for 2 on one of them.
At least, yeah. Backstage segment with Maxine Dupree and Adam Pearce. He tells her if an opponent comes up, she is at the top of the list to be inserted into the Queen of the Ring, which I don't know that that'll happen. I think this was just an excuse to get Maxine on camera so that Otis then could walk up to her and then say, "Hey, babe. Hey, babe. What's you need to stay away from that Austin Theory guy." Mm-hmm. And she tells Otis she's just going to have to trust her. I think we talked about that. I think we said about Austin Theory and Maxine Dupree and what we thought was going on there. But to rehash it just a little bit, I think they're fucking. Okay? I'm just going to throw it out there. I think they're at least playing the power couple card. So that's probably going to come about in the next few months. Calling it now. We then got a Danhausen segment. Danhausen. What is this whole thing with Danhausen and The Miz and Kit Wilson, who can't even get into Italy, by the way, because apparently he's packing too much lotion. Exactly, Dark Tree. You're cursed. I'm not cursed. You're cursed. Maxine Dupree locker room pass around. Wow. Okay. Backstage interview with Bayley and Lyra. Bayley is giving the interview, and then Lyra, which this was a heel move, walks off in the middle of an interview. How rude. To go walk over to Soul and basically ask for a title shot, which Soul gives it to her, but Bailey looked pretty pissed off, didn't she?
Oh yeah. Looked like she wanted that opportunity, and Lyra just kind of snuck in and took it from her.
Taco says because WWE doesn't know how to. Thank you, Madrox. Because WWE doesn't know how to book a storyline with other talent with Danhausen. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that. Would have been better for Soul to interrupt the interview. Agreed, Martok, but that's not what happened. It's just not. And I was kindly disappointed. We go over the next King and Queen of the Ring for Raw, which is Seth, Talatonga, Ricky Saints, Javon Evans, Liv, Becky, Alexa, and Chelsea. We get a backstage segment with the Judgment Day where Roxanne's all pouting around and pretty pissed off because she lost. Mm-hmm. And Liv comes in and is like, I just got my head fitted for a crown. Oh my God. She did the same thing tonight, but we'll get there. Just stupid segment. Match number 4 was Seth Rollins taking on Braun Breaker. These two went at it like they had something to prove. They were in and out of the ring with flurries of offense and a lot of 1-2 oohs. A huge spot seen Breaker go for the spear on the announcer's table, only for Rollins to counter into a pedigree. Austin Theory comes out to interfere, but Rollins still gets the upper hand. Theory hits Rollins with the title belt, and then Montez Ford just shows up and then flips over the top corner for, you guessed it, Austin Theory. Breaker hits another sphere, 1-2 ooh. Rollins hits the stomp outside, but Heyman puts Braun Breaker's foot on the rope. Oh, man. Rollins then chases Heyman to the corner, basically, to the spot corner, the timekeeper area, if you will. You guys know which corner it is. I don't have to tell you. Braun Breaker then hits the super sphere on, aiming for Rollins, takes out Heyman. You could see the look on his face. He's just like, fuck. Then he gets back in the ring, and he goes to hit Seth Rollins with the sphere, and oh, what happens? Seth Rollins has gotten one of the tag title belts, and he's put it around his waist. Kind of like that old Bret Hart spot with Goldberg. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Surely you remember that. So, 1, 2, 3, after a stomp, of course, this one's over, and Rollins is your winner. Overall, great show. 4 decent matches. The qualifier matches held up, and the backstage segments were solid. I gave this one a 4. Buddha, what did you do?
I actually gave this one a 4.5. This was probably some of the best booking that Raw has put on in some time, and I was very happy to see the product that I did. Martok gives it a 4.
Yeah, hit us with your numbers, chat.
Yeah, chat. Hit us with your numbers. Dark Tree says a 4. Sim Game Matt says Judgment Day is going to be done in the next 2 months with what I'm seeing. Sim Game Matt says 4. So basically, a strong showing from Raw for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, I'm all about Judgment Day being on the end of a noose. I'm done with it. Been done with it for a couple of years now. It's time to move on. 1, 2, 3, they're done. I hope Roxanne is the reason that Judgment Day splits up. Please, 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 please give her a push. She deserves it.
You want to hear some fantasy booking?
You want? Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
Roxanne. Okay, we'll get into this on SmackDown, but Raquel wins her match on SmackDown tonight. Liv wins on Monday.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler. Liv wins. It becomes those two in the finals. Roxanne turns on Liv to have Raquel win the Queen of the Ring. Fantasy booking right there, guys.
I fucking hope so. I fucking hope so. That would be fantastic. I was about to type that in as well at Buddha. Hell yes. Hell yeah, Matt.
Whoa, that was weird.
That's great. Martok's in agreement. Good guys. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a lot. In other news, Finn Balor Finn Balor has transferred over to SmackDown, I guess, to get away from the Judgment Day vortex. So
Yes.
that's probably a real good career move for him.
Yeah.
At least I hope so. That's pretty much all there was in news this week. So, do you want to take us into SmackDown there, Buddha?
Sim says, thank God they moved him. I see better matches for him as well. I agree wholeheartedly with that. I think it's a new, fresh start for him. SmackDown comes to
110%.
us from Bologna, in
110.
Italy. The show starts with a recap of Sunday. Gunther is destroying the announce
Bologna.
tables and then cuts the promo about how the ref screwed him. Cody's music hits. He comes out and says, you're right, but you're a 20-year vet. You should know that coming out here and acting like that ain't going to get you nothing. Cody says, you want a rematch? Let's do it. And then Sami Zayn's music hits. Sami says, I was trying to stay in the back and listen, but I couldn't do it no more. Gunther's complaining. I know how that feels, he says. And Golden Boy is ready to fight now. What else is new? You both did me wrong. Gunther says, Sami doesn't involve you. Shut up and leave. Cody says, Sami, I'm a little busy right now. Sami says, the biggest threat to your championship might be looking you right in the eyes right now. Talking to Cody, and they stare face to face. You said you were going to beat Gunther and then teach me a lesson. When do you want to do that? Sami says. Gunther locks in the sleeper. Sami breaks it up and gets thrown out of the ring. Cody dives outside and Gunther pushes Sami into the crossfire to cause a little bit of heat. What did you think about this opening segment, man?
The opening segment, I'm not a fan of Gunther being in this picture at all. I don't think that he needed to be there to begin with. I was more focused on Gunther and Brock Lesnar. But now that seems like it's out of the picture, and it truly does seem like it's out of the picture, I there are worse opponents. So I would like to see this. This is probably going to turn into a triple threat, if you want my honest opinion. But am I against that? No.
Right.
Not at all. Thank you, Madrox. That's exactly my point. Right there. Because you said his name? Well, you know what happens when we say names.
Darktree says Gunther needs
I'm
to
not
worry
going to
about
do
his
it,
own
but you know what
story and quit
happens.
being a crybaby. I agree with that. I do agree with you that this is probably going to turn into a triple threat, especially since, well, we'll get to it later on the show. We cut to the back, and Miz is on the phone with Kit Wilson. Miz walks into Danhausen's lab, starts throwing stuff around, and gets electrocuted for his troubles. We get Gunther and Nick Aldis in the back arguing amongst themselves. Gunther threatens lawsuits. This leads us into match number 1. This week we're opening with the Queen of the Ring qualifier, Raquel Rodriguez against Bayley, Jacy Jayne, and Kiana James. Now, the beginning of this match had a really good start, lots of very fast-paced stuff. Raquel Rodriguez was easily the dominating force in the early going of the matchup, seeing as though she's the big one. But Jacy Jayne and Kiana James both looked exceptional, and Bayley was just out there to put somebody over, it looked like. Which, that was very true. Like, she really didn't have much to do in that match. There were several good spots here, but Raquel was sold to be the strongest of the bunch. Kiana actually looked really good in this match too. Kiana almost picked up the victory at one point, and Jacy Jayne knocked her feet off the ropes, and you can see that they're building to Julia versus Kiana. Raquel Rodriguez takes advantage of this and hits a Tiana bomb on Kiana for the win. Semifinal is Io Sky versus Raquel Rodriguez. That should be a solid match, but it's nothing we haven't seen before.
Aspie said Gunther is being a baby.
That's accurate.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, this was a good match, man. I was very impressed with some of the newer talent, i.e., Jacy Jayne and Kiana. They both looked very good. Bayley's Bayley. She's literally enhancement talent anymore.
Yep.
And I'm not so big on the Raquel Rodriguez thing unless it culminates in this Judgment Day storyline that you're talking about. That being said, Raquel now has to go through Io Sky to make that happen. So we'll see. I don't like Io taking a loss to Raquel.
I think it's okay.
Just my thoughts.
After that match, though, Julia tries to help Kiana up. Kiana blames her for the loss and tells her she don't need her anymore, that all she's doing is holding her back, that she never lets her do anything. And Julia's had enough, so she starts attacking Kiana, knocks Kiana out of the ring. So this will set up for probably a nice little match at Saturday night's main event in July.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. They could. This could be a TV match too. I don't know that they're both ready for that because Julia's not really done a lot of PLE stuff, has she? I know she was U.S. champ for a while, but most of her matches have been on TV, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like just real talk.
Yeah, most of her matches have been on TV.
Thank you, Matt.
But I think, honestly, I think they could probably run a pretty good match. They've been around each other so long, they probably trained in the ring together, things like that.
See.
So, I mean, honestly and truthfully, it might be for a good match.
Aspie says Drew and Gunther need to fight for the title of world's biggest crybaby. I love it. Good job, Aspie.
I say Drew would win.
they are kind of both wine asses, yeah.
We got a backstage. We got a backstage segment of Sammy looking for Plankman, aka Johnny Gargano. Sammy vents to Johnny. Nick Aldis walks up and tells Sammy to mind his business. Chad Gable rolls up on him. This leads us into match number 2, Royce Keys versus Tala Tonga. This match was so short, honestly, blink and you miss it. Truth comes out to save Keys, but gets beat down for his troubles. Filler match, filler story. Tala Tonga wins, by the way.
Yep. Honestly, this match, I did blink and I missed it. So, that's kind of why the short description, not going to lie. It's culminating in a 3v3, and I think we know that.
Yeah.
So, MFTs versus Priest, Truth, and Royce Keys. That I'm okay with, but honestly, they've waited too long on Powerhouse Hobbs. I mean, Royce Keys. They should have already pulled the trigger on him a while back, like Royal Rumble season. So, why are we here now? It's almost SummerSlam.
We get a Damian Priest R-Truth segment. They talk about Royce Keys and how he isn't part of their team yet. Truth keeps helping him, and the War Raiders walk up and show off their AAA tag titles and issue an informal challenge. That would be solid to see.
Yeah. I just don't want them to start merging tag titles. That would be horrible.
I agree with that, and I hope it don't. I hope it don't come to that. Because
AI creative stuff, Paul.
And Matt says
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Matt's agreeing. Keep them separate. Hell yeah. Thank you guys. Yeah. Also, if you guys don't mind, try to keep a tab open for both of us if you don't care. I appreciate you. Go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Rhea Ripley comes out, cuts a promo on Jade Cargill and how she is still the WWE Women's Champion. Charlotte's music hits. She comes out with a mic. She said, "I've been having fun teaming with you, but Queen of the Ring is upon us, and if I get the opportunity, I'm coming after your title. You have what I want." Tiffany Stratton's music hits. Tiffany comes out to speak to Rhea. She wants her title. Jade Gargill's music hits, and she brings her whole team. Jade is angry and with Charlotte for obvious reasons. She tells Tiffy to stay out of grown folks' business. Rhea, enjoy my title because I'm coming to get it. Nick Aldis interrupts and says, "Let's make a match out of this," basically. Which leads us into a tag team match with Jade Cargill and Michin against Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton.
I want to stop you right there for just a second. That grown folks business line, Jade Cargill is now stealing Trick Williams' lines.
Yes.
Bro. Why? Can her. Cut up the contract. Get her out the fucking door. Pay her to stay home. She's not worth the damn money you're paying her. Sorry. Carry on.
This match was kind of slow, but you can tell nobody liked each other. The Hills did a really good job in tagging each other in and out. No matter how this match played out, because it had Jade Cargill in it, it was probably the worst match of the night, even more so than the filler match from earlier. That being said, Michin looked really good in this match, even hits the Styles Clash when the tag was finally made to Tiffany was on fire. The end of this match looks really good with a lot of back and forth. Tiffany Stratton went for the BME, but ended up getting jaded. Instead, Cargill gets the dub.
Yep.
They
That's fair.
I go back into the fact of tag team matches are just thrown together. And this was another perfect example of that tonight. Charlotte and Tiffany didn't look any bit like a tag team. They don't have any tag team chemistry. As bad as I hate to say it, Jade and Michin had better tag team chemistry than what Charlotte and Tiffany did.
Yeah, it's because they're not a team. They literally don't like each other, but I see your point.
Like, that's what I hate about the fact that they're just throwing teams together to try to get more people some exposure on TV. And that's basically all it is. We get an interview with Fatal Influence. We get a photo shoot with the tag champs, and Fatal Influence attacks them. It was kind of a shit angle though. Truth and Key segments talking about Priest and MFTs. Like you said earlier, we're getting a 3v3 down the road sometime. Leads us into match number 4 of the evening: Carmelo Hayes versus Ricky Saints. Saints started swinging in this one before the bell even rung. These guys are the stars of the show. These guys are in the middle of a series, it seems. Lots of back and forth action. Both men gave 2,000%, but in the end, Ricky Saints picks up the win via roll-up with a tights hold. Honestly and truthfully, I think Carmelo got the win in the first match, so they had to give one to Saints. Like Matt said, probably looking more towards like a series of matches. So far, they're 1-1, and honestly and truthfully, both matches have been awesome. Then we get a Tiffy and Chelsea Green segment. We get another Blake Monroe vignette, this time on Tiffany Stratton. Last week's was on Rhea Ripley. This week is on Tiffy Stratton. It leads us into match number 5, which was Lash Legend versus Chelsea Green. This was a squash match, but Chelsea actually did try. Like, she got in a little good offense, and Lash is actually starting to kind of warm up a little bit and be able to take moves better. She couldn't get any ground on Lash Legend, and the numbers game was just too much. Lash hits the last extension for the victory. What'd you think of that match?
I'm sorry, I'm catching up on chat because I had to step away for my kid. But Dark Tree, what he's got put down there, the best part of Jade ran down her mama's leg. Jesus Christ, Dark Tree. Jesus Christ. Honestly, the match wasn't too bad though. I don't know, like, short, but it is what it is, man. I try not to push too hard.
Right. We get a recap of Monday. We get a Royce Keith solo Sokoa segment, El Grande Americano segment.
Mm-hmm.
We get Ray Phoenix and Chad Gable in the back. Chad basically says, look, I put on the mask to make a mockery of you guys. Once I actually got into the heritage and tradition and everything, I gained a lot of respect. I'm here to tell you I'm very sorry. Phoenix says it's good, but he's not the only luchador that he should be apologizing to, and walks away. We get an Aldous Rhodes segment. Gunther making us wait so that Gunther wants the match, but he wants it with a stipulation, and we have to wait until next Friday night to find out that stipulation. Yes.
I bet that's triple threat. He wants Sami Zayn too.
I don't know, man. I don't think he would set himself up for failure. But then again, I mean, honestly and truthfully, the cleanest way for Cody to lose the title and not look bad is for it to be a triple threat and him not get pinned. So, yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
That leads us into match number 6. The main event of the evening is the King of the Ring qualifier. It was Damian Priest versus Braun Breaker versus Trick Williams versus Dom Mysterio. By the way, going back to match number 1, the women's qualifier, I hate to admit that I was wrong on it. I said JC Jane, and I was wrong. But as bad as I hate to admit that one, I hate to admit this one even better, because honestly and truthfully, everybody last week picked Braun Breaker to win this. That was not the case. Braun Breaker started off this match with such force. Honestly, this was a decent match, though. There was a point in the match where each man was a dominant force in the ring, with some a little more than others. It felt like Dominic Mysterio got the short end of the stick, which honestly and truthfully, he was like the smallest one in the match, so go figure. However, that being said, at
Yeah.
the end of the day, Dom, with the help of JD McDonough and Liv Morgan, hits the 619 on Damian Priest for the win. However, that means his semifinal match is against Obafemi. The fact they let Dom Mysterio win this match just completely blows my mind. Like, I really
Yeah.
pegged Oba to, or not Oba, sorry, but Braun to be the one to win this, and us get a battle of the behemoths in the second round. But unfortunately, they didn't go that route. So Raw, I was 2 for 2. SmackDown, I was 0 for 2.
I
I
mean,
think that
yeah.
was your numbers as well,
Um,
right?
I, yeah. We all picked Braun Breaker. We all like just difference of opinion. I did not pick Raquel. I'll tell you that. Uh, Dom pinning Damien was interesting. Well, Damien's the champion, so I mean, out of the group, he is the one that takes the least damage by being pinned by Dominic Mysterio.
Agreed.
So I can't really fault it. I can't really fault it. I'm not sure what happened there. I think we're good though. I don't know, Buddha. I just SmackDown was not as good as Raw, but when is it ever?
True.
Um, all in all, I gave it a 3. What do you give it?
I actually agree. I give it a 3 as well. Like
Okay.
the two filler matches kind of killed a lot of momentum. One of those could have been a lot stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
the backstage segments were not as good as what they done on Raw. Fatal Influence attacking the tag champs,
Mm-hmm.
that was nice. That felt like it needed to be
Mm-hmm.
done. That sets up a tag match later down the road, I'm sure. But overall, Raw was definitely better than SmackDown as per normal.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I say a 3. Let's go to the chat. Dark Tree gives it a 2.5. Martok gives it a 3.
Yeah.
Martok says, and Dom Penn and Damien was interesting. Like Hat said,
Yeah.
Damien being pinned
That's
was
what I
probably
was responding
the
to.
safe haven, I guess, so to speak. If it wouldn't
Yeah.
have been Damien getting pinned, Dom would have been the one to get pinned. I feel as though Trick's too strong right now, so I don't really see him getting pinned, and Breaker the same way. So honestly and truthfully, yeah, a 3 for SmackDown sounds just fine to me.
Good. I'm glad we agree because that is one of those things that, maybe we do, maybe we don't. Either way, here we are. It's go time, ladies and germs. Um, it is time to kind of open up the stage. Those of you that want to come up and say something about tonight or Monday, just raise your hand and we'll be happy to bring you up. Um, just keep it to wrestling because I know that I see a couple of I see STFC questions and this is not an STFC thing. This is a wrestling thing. So whichever one of you guys wants to come up, because I see we've got Dark Tree. Thank you. We've also got Matt, Martok, Aspie, and Siggy all in the audience. So let's go to Dark Tree while we're waiting to see if anybody else is going to come up. Dark Tree, let me ask you, where do you stand this week between the two shows? What was your favorite match?
I would have to say that I don't really have a favorite match of the week, but I think Raw was a better overall show.
Right.
Other than some of the storylines I'm just absolutely sick of. We definitely need the bloodline to implode, be done, go away. For God's sakes, the faction, it's just so old. It's just like Judgment Day. It needs to be done.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's relatively important. Judgment Day is a long time overdue. Let's go to Aspie. Aspie, what was your favorite match of the week?
I only managed to get to watch SmackDown. But I would have my favorite match of SmackDown. I'd have to say
You need a minute? Because we can come back.
I think it would have to be the last match, the Fatal 4-Way.
Okay. Okay. Matt, what about you, dude?
Well, for me personally, I would think it's gonna have to say it's the the Queen of the Ring match. They finally let Raquel show off and do things that she should have always been doing in all of her matches. She's got the power. She's got the strength. Let her show it off. Stop putting her in these little tag matches. Give her some time. And I agree with you. I think, I hate to say it, I know she's probably going to go against Io, but I love Io, but I have to say, let Raquel shine. Let her be Queen of the Ring. I mean, she's
Long overdue.
She's been there long enough. She's proven herself to the company. I don't see it's so long overdue. I mean, seriously. And that's not just for her though. I mean, a lot of the girls have proven themselves over time and again. It's like give them matches that can actually show themselves off.
Right.
Like Julia,
I think that's fair.
The matches we've seen with Julia have not shown her at all.
Right.
I've seen matches when she was over in Japan and when she was doing Mexico. This girl can work and put the other girls to shame.
Agreed.
But they're not wanting her to do that. They want to they're keeping her down, which hopefully Keon and her, like you said, they probably train together all the time. I think that match could be really good. Now, my thing I said though was don't rush it.
Agreed.
Maybe Saturday night's the main event. Maybe keep it boiling and maybe like go on SummerSlam.
You see, I love that. That's a good shout, Matt. Let me go to Martok. Martok, you just came up to the stage. What was your favorite match of the week?
The best match I think was Rollins and Breaker there on Raw. But I was actually more wanting to talk about the tag team division, both women's and men's.
Mm-hmm.
They just need to start going down and taking these good tag teams from NXT and developing the people as partners and then bring them up like they did with JC Jane and the other two. They developed well together. They just need to drop one of them and just have a tag team division where they actually have tag teams. Get rid of these staples of 3 or 4 people and just develop the tag team division again like they did years ago.
Agreed.
I think that's a fair shout. Another shout out on that department for you, Martok, would be Firaxium. That's another great team they developed down in NXT and brought on up to the main roster.
Yeah, they are awesome.
They haven't been used. I don't understand why they do this. They bring them up and then they just don't use them. What's the use of bringing them up?
Booking?
Well, yeah, I know booking just to get people out there, but if you're not going to show them off, I mean, yeah, okay. But it's just it doesn't help them if they're a tag team to always lose. Yeah, they're great wrestlers. I will never say anything about that. They are amazing wrestlers. But they need to be given good storylines. Like they have the time.
100%.
Use them. Use the story. Use the time you have. Stop doing these all the damn commercials you run in there and actually have matches.
Well, let's go around the table. Oh, go ahead, Dark Tree. You go ahead, and then I'll.
Yeah, a lot of it has to do with backstage politics as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Janet, but you know what? That's the way it's always been. As far as booking goes, it's who's buddy with the booker more. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
That's
let's reference the finger poke of doom, for instance. That's a prime example.
Oh yeah.
Let's go around the table. You guys got any questions for Buddha or myself? Because we are trying to kind of end this one fairly quick tonight because Buddha's connection's being stupid. We're lucky he hasn't disconnected yet.
Yeah.
So let's go around and let's start with Matt. You got anything for Buddha or myself this week?
Not really, no. The only thing I can think of is I'm just surprised Drew didn't make a return. Like he's in Ireland, they were in Italy. Why not use him? He's done filming, so he's doing that. He's doing a Highlander, the live action Highlander, and he's done filming. So why not bring him in? It doesn't make any sense. you could use him in some of the big man stuff. Just get him back on TV because he can work too.
Oh yeah,
You know?
definitely.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let me read this in
On
the
that
chat.
on that
I can agree
note,
with that. Go ahead, Buddha.
Let me read this in the chat. Madrock says, time for my rumor mill of the week. Enzo Amore is reportedly expected to make his WWE return soon, but the jury's still out on formal tag team partner Big Cass.
Cass
Again,
is under AEW.
Cass is
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah.
You guys beat me to it. You both beat me to it. But I think Cass is still under AEW contract for at least another 6 months. I have to
He's
look into that and see if. Oh, go
last
ahead.
thing I saw is he just recently re-signed another deal for he's going to be there till 28 at least.
Never mind. Yeah, Big Cass is gone. So
So
Enzo Amore, though, I'd be really surprised if they brought him back to WWE after the reason he was released. So I'm not against it because Enzo Amore was awesome. I absolutely loved his mic work. He's a great promo guy. Maybe not so much a great wrestler guy, but a great promo guy. So I'm about that. Let's I guess let's go to Dark Tree next, and we'll work to Aspie and then Martok for questions.
as far as
Dark Tree?
questions, I am good, buddy.
All right.
Okay.
Aspie, what about you?
Okay. Aspie?
Questions wise, I'm good. On my
Okay.
notes, which MJ, you probably had a laugh at, I did put, what did Liv Morgan think she was doing, wafting Dom?
I
He's
did
not
have a
good
little
looking,
laugh at it.
so trying to cool him down
Well,
for his looks, it ain't gonna work.
I'm going to tell you this: he's a Mysterio, and there's a certain lucha libre legend, Mysterios. She probably likes the size of his feet, if you catch my drift. Martok, what about you?
Back to the tag division. When are they going to put Penta and Ray Phoenix together? Because those
I
two could have
wish.
some really good matches with
Oh
Fraxian,
yeah.
the Street Profits, even the War Raiders. Like, let's bring this on back to the good old days of great tag team matches. I can't wait for that to bring that back because when they have the good teams like those teams, uh, the tag matches can be
Oh
amazing.
yes. From what I know about the situation, is I've been reading a lot of the backstage stuff. Raw doesn't let Penta go over with his brother right now because they feel he's still got a better run as a singles, and they still have a lot they can do with him as a single. So until I guess Raw says no, we don't have a good singles run for him. Let's put him with his brother. But I'm for it. I mean, I'm agreeing with you guys. Get them together. That's what they were known for in Mexico.
My answer
What's
was
the
going to
problem
be.
with? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah.
You're good. My answer was going to be whenever Penta drops the Intercontinental title, that's when we might consider a Lucha Brothers reunion, if you will. So, and not that I'm against it because I'm not. I absolutely love their work. They do great things. So, guys, anybody got anything else before we start wrapping up the stream here? Because again, I don't want to lose Buddha before we. I'd like to do this all in one cut. That'd be great.
I think we're good.
All right.
Okay.
If nobody's got anything else, we want to thank everybody for coming on to watch the stream tonight. It's been awesome. Thank you guys so much for being in the chat with us and talking some wrestling. We will be live again next Friday night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with another edition of the Rev X Wrestling Review.
No. Well, yeah, with the review, but you were supposed to be with me this Sunday, are you not?
I will be, but that's going to be a little bit of play. So what I'm going to try to do is I'll be at work your first hour, but I'm still going to try to like make it in to make sure that I'm there when you start. And then there'll be a part where I'll just have to leave for a little bit, but I will definitely be back to be in with you for sure.
All right, because that's a big deal. That's the 1 year anniversary. So and the 4-year affiliate anniversary.
That's this Sunday. Hey,
I-
MJ.
Yes.
Yep, sure is. Sure is.
I'll be there as
Um,
much as I can. I'm not working, so family might take me away from a little bit of it.
I appreciate that, guys. Listen, any of you guys showing up, I 1000% appreciate it. It's a big deal. We started streaming again about a year ago, and Buddha had to talk me into doing STFC stuff. So I'm really at a good place, and I have him to thank for it. So and you guys. So that being said, I think I'm done with my sentimental moment, Buddha. If you want to
You gonna
close
shed a
us
tear
up
over
there,
here?
buddy,
You gonna cry for me tonight?
I might. I might.
All right, guys.
I might.
Well, until next week, guys, we will catch you on the flip side later. Peace out.
Peace out, guys. Bye. Oh. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Let me send this crowd. Mostly you guys.